Religious Diversity by Kaddie, Victoria, and Candace. There are over 3 billion people who live in the United States, and each person brings a different religion with them. Essentially, all the world's faiths are now represented in America, whereas across much of the globe, one religion dominates or minority beliefs are suppressed, according to Diana Eck in her book, The New Religious America.
According to Webster's dictionary, religion is the service and worship of God or the supernatural, and it refers to a personal set or institutionalized system of religious attitudes, beliefs, and practices. Webster defines freedom as the absence of necessity, coercion, or constraint in choice or action, and attributes it with the quality of being frank, open, and outspoken.
In 2008, Pew Research Center conducted a survey which consisted of more than 35,000 adults in the U.S. with additional other samples of Eastern Orthodox Christians, Buddhists, and Hindus. From the survey, research shows that 78.4% are Christians. Under the Christian category, many different branches are recognized, such as Protestant, Catholic, Mormon, Jehovah's Witness, Orthodox, and a small portion called Other Christian. Under the Other Religions category, many different branches are recognized, such as Jewish, Buddhist, Muslim, Hindu, other world religions, and other faiths. Each one of those categories can be broken down into even smaller branches. Under the Unaffiliated category, many different branches are recognized, such as atheist, agnostic, and nothing in particular. The section entitled Nothing in Particular can be broken down into secular and religious unaffiliated. In total, there are over 30 different religious branches noted in this research report.
When I was a child, my parents began to raise me as Roman Catholic. I attended public school my whole life. In elementary school, being Catholic didn't mean much. It meant going to church on Sundays, attending Sunday school, and being able to participate in holiday parties at school. As I entered high school, religion became a part of me. I come from a town with 60,000 people. This led me to attend a high school with a large population, and it is not a regional high school. My senior year, I graduated with 600 other seniors. Among these 600 peers, plus underclassmen, one would naturally assume that we were all religiously and even racially diverse. I never had any difficulties expressing my religion publicly in school. A group called St. Michael's Holy Spirit CYO made this not only possible for me, but for about 300 other students that attended my high school. We were all able to comfortably discuss our faith inside and outside of school with people who associated themselves with the same religion as us, or even those who practiced other religions. Personally, I think I was lucky to come from a very diverse town in New Jersey where I was able to openly practice my religion and was able to be educated about other religions.
I'm a non-denominational Protestant Christian, and I grew up going to church and living in a very religious home. In elementary school and middle school, not very many other students talked about their religions, so I thought I was the only Christian that went to my school. In high school, I found out that a lot of my peers went to church as well, and I felt like I had more people to talk to. A lot of the difficulties I faced in school took place in high school. When we learned about Calvinism in history class, which is something I believe in, I was allowed to share some information with my class, but the discussion was very brief, and I felt like it was very biased. During my high school earth science class, we learned about evolution and the Big Bang Theory, but we did not discuss creation, which is the concept that I believe is true. During my senior year, however, I joined a group called Young Life that was made up of Protestants and Catholics and led by some of my teachers. It provided an opportunity for me to talk to my peers about my religion, and the teachers held Bible studies every week and gave us opportunities to engage with one another.
I am a Christian and grew up in a Christian family. I attended a small private Christian school for 9 years. In elementary school, I was faced with a bullying situation that was getting out of hand, so I asked to attend the school that my church ran. I started attending Lidditz Christian School during the 3rd grade. I also graduated from Lidditz Christian School 9 years later. Since my school was so small, I was with the same group of peers the whole way through school. We maintained a family-like atmosphere, and we are still pretty close to this day. Because I attended a Christian school, I never had a problem expressing my religious beliefs. Over the years, I have developed an appreciation not only for my religion, but for my church family, but also for different religions. Learning about other religions is very educational and can teach you a lot about different cultures. Religious manners are the most intimate aspect of a person.
Teaching the history of religion can be challenging for teachers, especially when they have their own personal and emotional beliefs and responses. It is no longer okay to assume an individual's religious beliefs.
Due to certain court cases, public schools can teach about religion but cannot encourage a specific religion. Based on the argument made by the Good News Club versus Milford Central School, schools must now maintain neutrality toward religious activity.
Due to the First Amendment, students hold specific rights. Students are permitted to engage in individual and group-based religious acts under the premises that they are not disruptive. Schools can adopt a dress code as long as it does not single out religious clothing or deny the wearing or displaying of religious messages on clothing. Schools may excuse students from instructional activities they are viewed as objectionable by students and their families based on their religious beliefs. Schools cannot require students to say the Pledge of Allegiance if it violates their religious beliefs. In the West Virginia State Board of Education versus Burnett case, court overturned a state law compelling school children to salute the U.S. flag each morning because the Jehovah's Witness families did not want their child citing their faith's prohibition.
Schools can educate students about religious holidays, but they are not permitted to celebrate holidays as religious events or encourage or discourage students to observe holidays. Schools can regulate the time, place, and manner of the distribution of religious literature by students as long as they do the same for non-school related literature. For example, if one student decides to read a comic book during free time and another student decides to read a religious text, the teacher is not allowed to tell the student reading the religious text to put it away and allow the other student to continue reading their comic book. If a school opens its facilities to any non-curriculum related group, it must be open to all student groups.
There are various strategies for teachers to approach religion and education. The most important thing is for teachers to maintain a balance of how much they talk about religion. At an elementary level, they can discuss religion when talking about community and family life. At a secondary level, they should discuss different religions as they are presented within the curriculum. In order to help teachers understand what they can and cannot teach, a publication was released that was approved by 22 different religious organizations entitled A Teacher's Guide to Religion in a Public School. The guide released a statement of belief saying, "Each day, millions of parents from diverse religious backgrounds entrust the education of their children to the teachers in our nation's public schools. For this reason, teachers need to be fully informed about constitutional and educational principles for understanding the role of religion in the public education." The main thing for teachers to keep in mind is that it's acceptable to teach about religion, but it's not acceptable to encourage one specific religion or the practice of that religion.
It is important for students to find an outlet where they can appropriately express themselves and their religious views. Some ways in which students can do that is by joining a religious club or organization, as well as participating in religious activities. it is important for students to understand the role of religion as to how it shaped our world. It is inevitable that there are many different religions, so as human beings, it is important for everyone to be educated about religion so we can decrease prejudices and stereotypes.
America is blessed with a wide variety of different religions and cultures. It makes us who we are as a country. Religion is a challenging topic to handle for both teachers and students, but learning about different religions can open students' minds to different ways of living in different cultures.